All right, I'm probably live in a couple of places, but what I'm trying to do is go through practice again.
To the #1 online video cast produced by Same Moon Media. Shut the hell up, grown folks are talking. With your hosts, Will and Chris. Fun talk and lots of laughs about anything you can imagine. Start the show.
All right. What's going on, everybody? This is me getting a little practice in. Streaming live. I know it should be on TikTok, it should be on Facebook, it should be on YouTube, but I think the YouTube failed. I'm not sure about that. Good morning. I hope you're having a blessed morning. May God have fulfilled your day with just joy. But look, I'm just going to come at you. We're going to do this in a short amount of time, but I wanted to try something. Well, we'll get back to that, but I figured, you know what? I caught a lot of news today. Figured let you see what's just been wrecking my world this morning. Okay, now maybe not wrecking my world. Highly blessed. So let me not say anything like that. All right, remember I am a one-man band, so things can go wrong whenever they can. But there's some stuff I want to talk about today. Something particular. Let's get that music going again. What about a new one? Let's wake you up. Already frozen. All right, so I'm back. All right, so already having that difficulty. So I got a couple of things situated, so please give me one more. I know what I'm looking for. I have so many screens.
Tonight, Chief Justice John Roberts delivering a rare rebuke to President Trump after the president called for the impeachment of a federal judge who tried to block the swift deportation of nearly 300 undocumented migrants the White House says are violent gang members. Trump labeling Judge James Boasberg a radical left lunatic. prompting the Chief Justice to write, quote, "For more than 2 centuries, it has been established that impeachment is not an appropriate response to disagreement."
Okay, all right. Since I was having a difficult time, we're gonna give that a go again. Start that from the beginning, but this is a situation where Trump is deporting Venezuelans, illegal Venezuelans, and he enacted the alien. I'm forgetting right now because I do smoke. The Alien Something Act from the 17 whatever, but the problem is it's supposed to be it's supposed to only happen when we're at war. We're not at war with Venezuela. Matter of fact, I thought he had a good relationship with them, so he says. But you're supposed to only enact that in war. I think last time was during Pearl Harbor. Sufficient. Oh, okay. Okay. Something came up because apparently I was recording. So a judge in D.C., I think, blocked sending 3 planes. So they're not even going to Venezuela. They're going to El Salvador, where the president there is housing illegals. And he also said that he will house American criminals for a fee. Okay. Again, it is for a fee. So it was illegal. When you enact that law, you can just grab somebody under the assumption, violate their civil rights, and what are we saying? Take them to El Salvador? The Guantanamo Bay thing didn't work out. So it's a violation of civil rights. So I'm only bringing this up because what happens when the judges say, you are violating this, you have to do this, and Trump does not comply? What does it mean? It's the end of the Constitution. It's the end of the Republic. It's the beginning of running. But yeah, we're going to get to this video, all right? Let's check this out.
Tonight, Chief Justice John Roberts delivering a rare rebuke to President Trump after the president called for the impeachment of a federal judge who tried to block the swift deportation of nearly 300 undocumented migrants the White House says are violent gang members. Trump labeling Judge James Boasberg a radical left lunatic, prompting the Chief Justice to write, quote, "For more than 2 centuries, it has been established that impeachment is not an appropriate response to disagreement concerning a judicial decision." This after the president used the 18th century Alien Enemies Act to deport what DHS says included Tren de Aragua gang members to a prison in El Salvador. Boasberg had verbally ordered the flights to turn around.
Crazy.
But the White House says it complied with his written order that did not include those instructions.
He's attempting to meddle in national security and foreign affairs, and he can't do it. These are foreign terrorists. The president has identified them.
All right, quickly, let's establish there are 3 branches, legislative, judicial, and executive, which are supposed to be separated. Now, the legislative branch, they are kissing the derrière of Monsieur Trump, but that's wrong. So my biggest fear is when everything goes to the other branch, the judicial branch, I don't trust the Supreme Court. I don't trust Roberts. I personally believe that they are going to fake it out. They'll give us a couple of things. And when it comes to the big stuff, like taking away my rights, my civil rights, and, making me work picking oranges at a rate that I should, not at a rate that I would want, it's time to go. But surprisingly, let's continue. Justice Roberts, again, I don't know if it's a mind game because he's the same person that was on the side of giving him absolute immunity. So let's continue.
And designated them as such, and we will continue to follow the Alien Enemies Act.
But attorney Lindsay Tuzlowski represents a Venezuelan migrant who she says lawfully requested asylum last year when he was immediately detained over concerns about his tattoos. She says in a court hearing yesterday, ICE lawyers said her client, whom she's not naming due to fears for his safety, was among those deported. So the only evidence the government has that your client is a gang member are his tattoos?
That's correct. He is, in fact, a law-abiding citizen with no criminal record who has never been in any kind of custody until he was in civil ICE custody and now in El Salvador in a prison.
The White House says federal law enforcement is certain of the identities and threats posed by those deported.
And meantime, Garrett, a federal judge delivered a legal blow to the Trump administration involving layoffs at USAID.
That's right, Lester. In one of the most direct rebukes of Elon Musk and Doge yet by the courts, a federal judge ruled that their accelerated shutdown of the foreign aid agency was likely unconstitutional. Still, the judge did not revive canceled programs or contracts. Lester?
Garrett Haig tonight. Thank you.
Tonight, Chief Justice John Roberts delivering a rare rebuke to President Trump after the
All
president
right, now,
called for the impeachment of a federal.
there is a reason. There's a reason why this is a little bit scary, because it's getting a little crazy, because after the initial court order, Trump's response was ridiculous. It was literally, which camera? Literally scary to me, because again, what happens when he just says, I'm going to do what I want to do? So I'm going to show you, and I guess I'm going to have to read it. Let's see. The post that ignited all of this. All right, here we go. I need a little something in the back. Okay, so before, this is what caused Justice Roberts. Oh, am I freezing? I think I'm freezing. Oh man, I got so many things going on. I know you can probably hear me, but again, this is the downside to streaming in multiple places when you need to really upgrade your computer. So let's get to this. Trump stated the radical left lunatic of a judge, a troublemaker, an agitator who was sadly appointed by Barack Hussein Obama, was not an elected president. See, it's confusing because they are doing a job. They were appointed to a particular job. So of course it's not an elected president, but the elected president doesn't know law, particularly not this one. So he didn't win the popular vote by a lot. He didn't win all 7 swing states. He didn't win 2,750 to 525 counties. He didn't win anything. I won for many reasons. And in an overwhelming mandate, but fighting illegal immigration may have been the #1 reason for this historic victory. I'm just doing what the voters wanted me to do. Lie. That is a lie, because the voters, as he said, he never heard of Project 2021. The voters said, oh, they're just talking stuff. It's the lunatic left. I'm pointing the right way. But no, he knew. So because he got voted in on a lie, they're saying that you voted for this, MAGA. They said you want all this. You want there to be a lawless society. You want no consequences for the wealthy. You're going to go to jail if you violate a court order. But this is just the situation that we're in. But let me continue. So, but fighting illegal immigration may have been the #1 reason for the historic victory. I'm just doing what the voters wanted me to do. The judge, like many of the crooked judges I'm forced to appear before, should be impeached. That's what triggered Justice Roberts. In a sense of, I guess I have to find, which I know I'm probably freezing. See if I can find his comment. Let's see. Bring up a couple other things. Okay, this is what I got planned for the day. So. Again, it's tough to be a one-man band. You have to, if you could see the other side of this.
This guy
Oh, this is something else.
Thought that his non-U.S. citizen wife was one of the good ones, and now regrets that he voted for Donald Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a love story about Bradley Bartell, a Trump supporter, and his wife Camila, who was just deported. This is a love story that began in a small town in
I gotta work on that
Wisconsin.
audio.
You see, these two lovebirds, they were just having a grand old time until the United States immigration policies caught up to them. They met through a mutual friend and had a first date at a local steakhouse. Married 2 years after that, and then they started to save up some money so that they could buy a house and perhaps have some kids. The love was so pure that Camila was taking care of Brad's 12-year-old son like it was her own. But last month, after Bradley and Camila were both returning from their honeymoon in Puerto Rico, the ICE agents rolled up on her and said, "Hey, we need to talk." "Are you an American citizen?" they asked. No, she said. "No, I'm not." She explained that she was from Peru, but she's not a problem because her and Brad had already started the paperwork process, since they were in the process of getting married, and that she's okay in the United States. Despite the fact that they knew Camila had overstayed her visa, they both wore their wedding rings for the flight home, believing that the United States government knew that she had applied for her green card. They believed this wouldn't be a problem because guess what? She was vetted from the start, was getting a W-2, and paid her taxes. Before the agents led Camila away, she pulled off her wedding ring, afraid that they might confiscate it, and she shoved it into her backpack and handed it to Bradley. He looked at her, and he shook his head as she disappeared. He thought, "What the F did I do?" You see, what Camila and Bradley didn't understand, especially Bradley, is that when Donald Trump talked about doing these mass deportations, he had expanded it so that it also included immigrants whose application for legal status in this country was under review. Even those married or engaged to U.S. citizens are being detained. According to an immigration attorney, David Rozosk, anyone who isn't a legal permanent resident or a United States citizen is at risk, period.
Right.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, a love story that involves a Trump supporter and his wife, who's from another country, who were on their way to being happily married until he went out and voted for her to be deported. Yeah, Bradley, what the F did you do?
All right. So, again, this is voting against your own interests. And really, it's not even that. It's about believing someone, a liar. This dude, if you're from New York and like, I went back to New York when I was 19 and Trump is just the news. And the dude is just garbage. I hate to say that. And I'm going to say garbage because he's responsible for a lot of deaths now. We're talking about the U.S. aid. There are people dying. There are people in African countries who were getting medical help. We're saying there's no place for them to get their AIDS medicine. Okay, now granted, should our taxes go to this? Should our money go to that? This is a global earth. This is a global community, it's global economics. We are tied to each other. There's things that we don't make. There's things that we don't have that others have and vice versa. There is no America first. No. People that are saying America first, I don't know if you had a bad time in Paris or did you have a horrible time in Rome or did you never go anywhere but to your relative's house? It's a big world out there. But on that note, let me share a little something else. So I actually have a YouTube thing that I need you to check out. This is what I watched this morning that kind of messed me up, scared the mess out of me, matter of fact. Again, I'm a one-man band.
Misconduct,
If I was
nothing
producing
like
this behind the scene.
But that might be a ploy to put pressure on judges or to.
Now I just got to find what I do with that.
Trump's DOJ also taking related measures, asking that this judge be removed from the case, while legal experts see no grounds for that. So tonight, as we return to this ongoing story, that was one of the big questions. How would the Supreme Court or Chief Judge...
Okay, y'all, this one may not be available.
And the news
Again,
is,
I'm losing a lot of power with this computer. It's making it difficult. I'm going to have to get a Mac.
the Supreme Court Chief Justice himself from the famous leader of
But you know what? I don't feel any way about it because with practice, I'll have this together. So why is that not happening?
a striking and rare development. Justices rarely comment on pending government disputes outside of the court rulings they issue when it's time for them to rule. And the Supreme Court.
Right, how about this? We're going to move on
this case
to
at the district level in a very early posture, if you want to get
something else.
Indeed, most justices.
Okay, this is a video that somebody sent me, and
anything out of court that
who was that?
or disagreeing with a sitting president.
Actually, Lance,
All of that is the context for this.
which I found really interesting.
Justice Roberts has spoken
It's
this
the
way
only way you
in
know
President
how
Trump's
to
second term
be.
with all of these legal issues. The statement reads from
And the only thing that will change anything is if another virus comes along and does to you what you do to us. And I hope that happens very soon. You want me to say something? Fine. I'll say something. You people. You're not a race. You are a virus. You destroy the world. Everything beautiful you poison. You drag us from our homes. You rape our daughters, murder our sons. You crack our spines and do all you can to break our will. You stab us. Then you put the knife in our hand and tell us it's our fault. And if you don't do it yourself, you stand by, close your eyes, and pretend there's nothing wrong. And then you pray to your God to silence our screams so that you can enjoy the happiness that we built for you with our blood. But it's not your fault. It's the only way you know how to be. And the only thing that will change anything is if another virus comes along and does to you what you do to us. And I hope that happens.
Okay, Lance. Thanks for that one, man. That was deep. That was definitely deep. All right, people, I'm going to have to end this soon because apparently my system is breaking down. So, thank you.
To the number one.
And I plan to get it together. And when I get it together, I'll get it together for you. All right? Have a good one.